This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 167 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is sponsored by Eco Gold, high-performance products for the ultimate in comfort and protection for your horse. Enjoy today's tip. Hey everybody, Glenn the Geek back with you from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. Today we have back with us my good friend Craig Thompson. Craig, as you know, has done a lot of tips for us here on the Horse Tip Daily Show. He's an international eventer and clinician, and he's in his season right now, getting really busy and ramped up. In addition, he was one of the founding members of the Professional Riders Organization for Eventers. Speaking of eventers, one of the companies that caters to eventers and dressage riders and hunter jumpers is Eco Gold, our good friends from Canada. They make the high-performance saddle pads and horse boots that all the professionals are loving nowadays. They are non-slip, 100% breathable, and the ultimate in comfort and protection for your horse. If you're looking for a pad or you're looking for a horse boot and you compete in any discipline, really, but in those three specifically, take a look at an Eco Gold. They're made with high-tech materials and state-of-the-art design. They have innovative products that are the choice of top riders like Philip Dutton, McLean Ward, Ashley Holzer, Karen O'Connor, Boyd Martin, and Jessica Phoenix. For more information about this fantastic line of products, stop over to ecogold.ca. That's ecogold.ca. And they have a fantastic website with lots of cool videos and stuff, so check it out anyway at ecogold.ca. Now let's get to Craig Thompson. Well, hi, Craig, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily.
Good to be back, Glenn.
You know, it takes us a while to do these tips because we always talk as long in between the tips as we do during the tips.
Well, I never get to see you for a beer or for dinner, so
it's our chance to catch up. So you have a tip today that I think is so important, and I think it's one of the things that's actually an issue at all levels of riding. And I know you want to talk a little bit today about how prepared you are. I think you could go so many directions with this, and I'm anxious to hear what direction you go because I have my feelings on it too. So go ahead.
Well, you're right. It is a big topic, and there are so many different directions we can go with it or your components to it. But, I think it's really important that we ask ourselves, how prepared am I, in the lead up to a competition? And, for the most part, we are never going to be more successful in competition than we are prepared at home. And so that means, from the training perspective, doing our homework, making sure that we can answer the questions that our level of competition is going to ask us. But with that said, it's more than just training. It's also little things so that when we get to the event, the big things aren't overwhelming. And, for example, if you know your truck needs to have the oil changed, don't wait until the day you're leaving for the event to get the oil changed. If there's a peace of mind that goes along with knowing that some of these things are taken care of. The day of the event is not the day to find out that you don't have any stud holes and you need stud holes in your horse's shoes. And this is all about preparation. It's very hard to compete successfully at the competition if our mind is being distracted by little things. Did I remember to pay the rent? Have I made a hotel reservation? The small details add up. And if we take care of those small details, before we know it, the big details, the big things are easy to take care of. But without taking care of those little things, without being prepared, the whole process of competing, before we ever get to the dressage ring, the whole process of going to an event can become overwhelming. And it can't be. It's got to be something that's easy. And it becomes easy when we've done our homework.
Having been to many events with my wife and pony clubbers and all of that, not as obviously as many as you have, but I was there as the horse husband side of things. And it was always my fault when that stuff wasn't there. So I learned, actually, I was the one that ended up then doing the checklists and stuff because it's nothing like getting there. And you're right. And having the riders in a bad mood before they even get on the horse.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Because there's this missing or that missing, or we don't have this, or we don't have the favorite saddle pad, or we don't, whatever. So those checklists do you still use checklists?
I think I have a pretty good mental checklist, and I've been lucky over the years that the staff and grooms that I've had at the big events have known me well enough that they have the same mental checklist. And I tell you what, though, one of the most nervous events for me is always the first event with a new groom, because I think, she doesn't know the mental checklist yet.
Right, exactly. And that's the time you wish you had it written down so she could check them off.
Yep. and we certainly, Sarah is really good about writing these things down. And for a long time, we did have that type of a checklist, and it was part of our new employee guidelines, so to speak, to make sure the individual was versed in, what we expected to have packed in the trailer and what we expected to be done, for each phase of competition. And it just, competition has to be something which comes as naturally and easily to us as our everyday training. It can't be so overwhelming that we can't think about how to do a 20-meter circle, how to canter up to a warm-up jump. And I'm a huge believer in, as you said, checklists, whether they're written down or mental checklists. When I reach for my blue cross-country bat that I like, I want to know when I reach in the trunk that it's there, and that I don't have to go searching around for it.
Right.
When it comes time to put the boots on the horse, I want to know that we've got the boots that I like, the ones that I feel confident in and trust and have used before. And, any variation from that routine is, it's a distraction.
So do you have a lucky charm at shows?
I have gotten so that I am not too terribly superstitious anymore. Okay. I believe in preparation much more than I do in superstition.
I think it must be an age thing, because I'm kind of it's like the older we get, the less superstitious we get.
I think there's something to that. Superstition, I think, comes from feeling. I've read in anthropological texts that superstition comes from a feeling of not having control over certain elements of our environment. I think that's why so many riders try to control every element of their environment.
Right,
we want to know that all the ducks are in a row. And if they are, then you can probably leave that, lucky rabbit's foot at home.
That makes a lot of sense. Or we're just plain too old and tired. That could be it, too.
And that could be it, too, yeah.
Thanks, Craig. Where can people find out more about you?
They can always go to CraigThompsonEventing.com, or they can find me at ProfessionalRiders.org, the website of the Professional Riders Organization.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Craig. We'll talk to you again soon.
Sure thing.
Well, thank you to Craig. You can stop by our website and look under the Expert tab, and you'll find Craig Thompson and his bio page, and you'll find the links to all of his websites. It's the easiest way to find a link you hear on the show. And we'll have him back soon with another new training tip. Craig is extremely practical, and we do love having him on the show. I just love speaking with him. You can drop me an email at Glenn with 2 N's at horseradionetwork.com. And let me know if you're enjoying the show. Let me know when you listen. I'd love to know when you listen to the show. Are you cleaning stalls? Are you at work? Just when you listen. That would be a great thing to know. Please subscribe to the show through iTunes or Zune and get the daily tips automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. Also, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for Horse Tip Daily. And you can follow us on Twitter at Horse Radio. And don't forget to check out all the other great shows on the network at horseradionetwork.com. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.